Okay.
That's not contract. That's just some guy saying, get out from underneath my shelter. Okay, this guy thinks I'm trespassing. I don't think I'm trespassing, so I'll leave.
Right.
Or
Then
maybe I feel like a walk. You don't have to tell people when you feel like a walk. I mean, you don't ring people, hey, I feel like a walk. Is that okay? You just go for a walk. That's not contracting. That's just going for a walk.
Yeah. But then this is the thing. Once they feel they've got you out of the court, then they can go ahead without you.
Well, remember this thing where the story with Mary Elizabeth Croft's book where the guy with the toothpick. See, that's bullshit, believe it or not.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I saw one similar with a guy who was told to sit down, and as soon as his bum hit the seat, the bailiff basically dragged him out of there.
You're talking about Ian Freeman.
Yeah, I think that was one.
Yeah. No, he made a balls of that. But he made a balls of that before he in there. All he had to do was ask me, you addressing me?
Mm. Okay.
And he'd already walked up and sat down in the defendant's place, you see. I wouldn't have been sitting there. I wouldn't have been standing there waiting for him either.
Right. Okay, so how come that one was bullshit with the toothpick?
Right. Well, okay. It's not complete bullshit. What I'm saying is, so the guy says, I'll take that toothpick out of your mouth. And the guy reaches up and takes the thing out of his mouth. Now, okay, it's not a great thing to do. But had he taken it out and said, are you addressing me at the same time? He would have had to say, release him.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it was a stupid thing to be doing, really.
Yeah.
Could I suggest that possibly the best advice would simply be to be prepared for long pauses while you consider the very next thing that you say or do, and remaining stock still and dead silent until you have made that decision?
Well, don't take too long to respond. If you want time to respond, let's say you say something to me and I'm thinking, oh, fuck, what am I going to say to that? I would, you know what, okay, I think an appropriate response to what you've said to me there, well, you know, you see what I mean?
Filibuster.
You're not saying something, but you're not saying anything, but you're talking.
Yeah, that's what they call filibuster.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you can't blind them with science, baffle them with bullshit.
Okay.
You'd need me in the courthouse for that one, wouldn't you, Dave?
Sorry?
Call Ninja Jack.
You'd need me in court to keep them wrapped up in bollocks for long enough for you.
Yeah. Oh, well, why is he coming out this side?
Yeah, Jack could be in there. Sorry, just wait a minute. Just tap that microphone for me. I can sort that, you know. Just give me a sec. I got me pliers out in the van. Hang on.
Now, have you got mute on that? Is that muted? Are you sure that's not muted? No. Are you sure that's not coming out the other channel?
1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, this is
Well, you see, no, I'll be honest with you, Dave. I mean, I have been kind of looking for an opportunity to talk to you for some time to kind of fill you in with a lot of this stuff. And you see, I think part of it is a lot of people don't realise just how much different the approach that I have kind of here is to what everybody else is. I think everybody assumes everybody's doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
And this is completely different, I think. But
now,
it is easy.
So have you actually, done this in practice?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like plenty of times then.
Well, I mean, look, again, it's... you see, the problem with this... I haven't told a lot of people about some of this because... I mean, I talk about it on the radio, but I don't... You see, you can't... There is no cases that go with this, you see, because it doesn't generate cases. Right, therefore, there is no record because nothing happened.
Right. Didn't actually get to the case.
There wasn't, yeah.
So perhaps the grand gesture that you were looking for, Dave, is just to export the nothing happening in courts up and down the land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, think of how much more people... See if everybody's going in, no, they get the report, these freemen coming in court, with me inalienable rights, blah, 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 doing this, making statements, fucking gestures, claiming rights. They get to tear you apart in the press, right?
Mm.
Whereas if you're just going to say, well, are you addressing me? Well, who everybody would be sitting there in the packed courthouse going, why didn't the judge just say, yeah? What the hell did you put up and leave for? He only just said, are you addressing me? What the hell is going on here? It's a whole different level, I think.
Sure. Did you know that there was another case last Monday in Hereford with Guy Taylor?
How did he get on?
Well, it got dismissed.
Okay.
Well, he basically did a sort of cross between what I was going to do and what Roger did. So he basically...
I think I was talking to him the night before. I think I told him a thing or two before he went in.
Oh, okay.
On top of that, I'll just say one thing as well. This thing they do, respond to answer the question yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
They try to limit you to yes or no. Well, the response to that is yes or no.
With a question mark.
That's funny because I was trying to when I was practicing answering a question with a question, I was getting stuck on a yes or no type question. I couldn't think of a good response for it.
There you go. You know what I mean? You'll have a cup of tea, Dave. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes or no?
Will I? Yes or no? What the fuck? Where the question is, will you have a cup of tea? I might.
Mm.
We sign this document. I might take care of that later. See, you've just dismissed him.
Yeah.
You don't say you are dismissed. You just say, I might take care of that later. Well, it's never later, right? It's always now. If they try this shit, we'll hold this case, we'll hold this standing till the end. Are you addressing me? I am addressing you. I'm here now.
Yeah.
I'm here now.
Oh, you dropped out, I think, Jack.
Is that what it is? He's gone.
Bloody hell. No, I'm here.
Okay, try again.
I was just saying about the Star Trek show with Data playing chess against a human or a living adversary. And just the little tale that Dave told about his ideas with the council tax being around not losing the game and simply playing not to lose rather than playing to win.
Yeah, there you go. There's clues and everything.
Yeah.
And you see, there's a reason for playing not to lose. What was Data's reason for playing not to lose?
Well,
everybody got pissed off at him if he played to win.
Well, yeah, that's the storyline was that he got beaten by this human, and he shouldn't have because he's a computer, and he couldn't figure out why he lost. So what he did was change the parameters for playing the game.
Yep.
So rather than play to win and pick up the obvious avenues to success, he just played for a stalemate and frustrated his enemy.
Yeah, but there's more to it than that as well. There was also a point, if I remember that episode correctly, where, there was a couple of comments where, kind of nobody bothers playing Data anymore because he just slaughters you every time.
Right. Okay.
Think of the Queen's champion, for example. Anybody who gets into battle with the Queen's champion, who tries to kill him, gets slaughtered.
Yeah.
So eventually, nobody's going to fight the Queen's champion. However, if the Queen's champion just keeps fighting for a draw all the time, then he's still going to get challengers, and it makes the Queen look good.
Yeah. I see.
And everybody has sport and enjoys themselves, and so the wheel keeps on turning.
Yeah.
It's all about keeping the wheel turning.
Wow.
See, that's what comics... Okay. Everybody gets up, everybody is very... Well, I haven't quite gone through this in the radio yet. I was going to go through it possibly this Sunday. There's a lot of people upset about the IMF. But to be honest with you, they've no choice but to bring in the IMF or a one world currency for that matter. Because the mathematics is blown out of all bloody proportion on what's here at the minute. They've no choice. Their system is the currency started off in a small town, and then it spread to other towns, and then it spread to the country, and then it spread to the nation, and then it spread to another nation, and then another nation, and then another nation, till all nations have this currency. Well, then those private currencies were about to blow out, so they start joining countries together in unions, and they introduce a new currency, and they get to start the game from scratch again. That's what the New World Order is, in currency terms. It's no big deal.
But isn't the other option Iceland, where you just say, no, we're going to do our own, don't they?
But I'll be honest, they're lucky they're not fucking nuked at the moment. You know, like, oh, Jesus, you'll never guess what, boys, we were doing some nuclear testing and a missile went haywire and you'll never guess what happened. Put our fingers, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there might be some harp rumblings under a local volcano sometime soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, Iceland did have a very unusual volcano, right?
Yeah.
I think that was a little now, boys.
Yeah.
You've been in this game a long time. These are the guys in the Gulf and whatnot. You know, they're pulling them in, kicking and screaming, whether they like it or not. Now, they're doing it for a reason. Now, the problem is a lot of people in England, America, blah blah blah. They're all basically claiming, oh, we want to go back to the way they have it in these other countries with no central bank, yada yada yada. You see, you can't actually do that, because it will hurt too many people. You see, they know, for example, if the currency collapses tomorrow, they're responsible for a lot of people. Think of all the OAPs, for example, that live at home on their own, who depend on being able to collect their pension and get paid, and nurses coming to mind them and blah, blah, blah. And if those nurses aren't getting paid, they'll leave their jobs, they won't come on. Millions of people will die. Millions. So you can't have that. That's why I went and found the mathematically perfected economy. I'd heard about it 20-odd years ago, and I knew it existed, I just didn't know where it was. That's why I went Googling it, and I found Mike Montagna, and lo and behold, he was the originator of the bloody thing in 1968.
Yeah.
I heard about it in 84, I think, through that book that I read, Fatima and the Great Conspiracy.
Yeah.
That was when my research began. You see, I've been researching this stuff for flipping donkey's years. Which is, for example, I say to people, look, Black's Law Dictionary, while remotely interesting, that's not what they use in court. They use what's known as a dictionary of modern legal usage. The judges call it the Judge's Handbook for short.
Right.
I mean, I have another couple of books here called How Judges Reason. I mean, that's an education. I always studied what the judges did and what the sheriffs did, not what the solicitors and the barristers did. And if you're reading Black's Law Dictionary, Rob Menard and the guys, they're studying what the solicitors and barristers did. I never bothered with those guys. I don't even speak to those fucking agents. I mean, if they start talking to me in a court, I ignore them. I only give a fuck about the guy at the top.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what they say. I mean, if they were to tap me in the shoulder and start talking to me, who are you? I don't recognise you.
Yeah, that's what I understood, that when you go in there's only two people, you and the judge.
That's it. And no, you and the guy trying to decide which of you is judge.
Yeah.
And when you're damn certain sure you are, then he has to be in the other position.
Right.
And that's testifying. He's testification. That's why if he starts talking to you, you say, well, are you testifying to that? You see, why do you think they ask you, is that your signature? I mean, they know you bloody signed it. Mortgage documents, no, they know you flipping signed it. So why do you think they ask? They're asking you for your permission to use it against you because you're sovereign. In other words, if it was the Queen in there and she had signed something that gave a slave permission to steal her Jaguar, and the slave comes up nervously to the Queen and says, excuse me, Mom, you are the Queen, yes? And she says, yes. Right. She wouldn't, but however. Well, let's assume she did. She forgot for a moment who she was. She says, yes, I'm the Queen. I have a document here that says I get to take your Jaguar. It's not your signature. If she says yes, she's given him permission to take the Jaguar.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why they ask. because they don't want to just take it. That could be dangerous. That's stealing, you see.